Hey, what's up guys? JD here with the first code tech video of iOS. The first thing we're going to do is being familiar with Xcode. Xcode is the main IDE to create iOS apps. Let's see the basics to be happy at the time we're navigating on it. So let's get started. To open Xcode or any app, there are many ways. You can go through the Launchpad, then look for the Xcode app and click on it. Also, you can go here. Click on this magnifier icon or using the shortcut Command plus spacebar and the Spotlight will open to you. The Spotlight lets you search for wherever you type on your Mac. Choose the way that fits better to you. When we open Xcode, we will see the welcome screen. On the left section, under the Xcode icon, we can see the version. Under the version, there are three options to work on a project. The first option is to create a playground. The playground is a work environment that allows you to see your code working in real time and its values in the sidebar. The second option is to create a new app for iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch, or Apple TV. Now, if you're familiar with source control, this option is gonna be helpful. You can clone a project from a remote repository and continue working on it. In the right section, there is the list of the most recent projects that you have opened. If it is the first time, this section is probably empty. Let's create a new Xcode project choosing the second option. The first screen, as soon as you create a new project, will be to choose a template. Xcode provides many and different sorts of templates. Also, in the top of the template screen, there are tabs to choose the platform for your new project. Although you can choose between many templates, the most common is the single view app. That is the one we will choose. The next screen is the basic information of your app. At the top is the product name. It basically is the name of your app. There is no guidelines to name your app. You can use whatever you want. Camel case, separate words by underscores, even use space between words and combine upper and lowercase. So feel free to choose. Here I will type Xcode Tour. Next is the organization. This is basically the name of your organization. In case you don't have one, you can use your full name. Now, below is the organization identifier. I'll explain this with the bundle identifier. I'll explain these two together because one depends from the other. The organization ID is basically your organization webpage that is usually written out in reverse DNS notation. For example here, com.godtech. Now, what is the bundle identifier? Well, bundle identifier lets your iOS or macOS app recognize any updates. The bundle ID must be registered with Apple and be unique to your app. So it means that the same bundle ID cannot be used for both iOS and macOS apps. And as you can see, this is generated with your organization identifier plus your product name. Next is the language. On this field, you can be able to choose between create a project using Swift or Objective-C. So let's keep it on Swift. Below, there is the core data checkbox. This checkbox helps you adding code to use core data on your app. Core data is the framework to help you with the database. You can leave this box unchecked and add core data manually later. In this case, let's keep it unchecked. Next, we can see include unit test and include UI test. These two are to add tests to your app. The tests are good, they keep your logic working with unit tests and your UI working too with UI test. Let's keep these two unchecked too. Remember, as core data, this can be added later on project 2, so don't worry about it. After all that information, let's click next. Finally here, we just choose where do we want to save our project. Just one more thing before leave the screen. Have you seen this? Well, if we check this option, our app will be configured under source control locally. As before, we can leave this option unchecked and configure this kit later. So leave it unchecked, and that's all. We can create our project. Here we are. The first thing we are going to see is the configuration of our main target. Our main target is in this case our app. Like in the template screen, we have tabs at the top with different stuff that make our app work. Now, let's see the four main parts that we'll be using each time we work on any app. Well, as you can see, I have drawn just 3 boxes. Still with me. Let's click on the second button just right here to show the 4th missing box. It will be right here later. Let's see our first box. Here you can see the buttons to run our app in a similar or a physical device. To run our app, we just need to click on the play button, or we can press Command plus R. Once our app is running, the button next to it will stop the app. Again, you just need to click the button or press Command plus dot. Next to the buttons, you can see our target app. One single project can have more than one target. In this case, we'll see our target app. Next to it, there is the simulator selection. Here you will see a long list of simulators where your app can run. The next long box is the status. You will see the current status of your app. This box tells us if we have errors, warnings, or the current process when our app is running. The next button will change according to where you are located. In this case, we can see the snippet button. Here you will see code snippets ready to use on your code. They are useful to be more productive. If we are located on the main storyboard, this button changes. Now it is the library button. Here you will be able to see all the elements available to drag and drop to our storyboard. To open, just click on it or press Command plus Shift plus L. Next to this button, we have the buttons for the different editors. The first one is the standard editor. This is the common editor we will be using most of the time. The second one is the assistant editor. This helps us to divide our editor into sections. This is useful when we want to connect outlets in our code. The third one is the version editor. In case we're using source control on our project, we can be able to see the information here. This will show us a compare screen. Also, if you want to navigate through this section with shortcut, you can press Command plus Enter for standard, Command plus Alt plus Enter for assistant, and Command plus Alt plus Shift plus Enter for version. I know, sometimes the shortcuts are long. Finally, the last 3 buttons are to show and hide. Did you remember that we click on the second one to show the last missing box? Well, that is the function of these buttons. The first one shows or hides the navigator. Also, you can press Command plus 0. The second one shows or hides the debug area. And also, you can press Command plus Shift plus Y. And the third one shows or hides the inspector. And as before, you can press Command plus Alt plus 0. Let's keep them open. Let's see the navigator. The navigator is one of the most important sections you will be using. As you can see, it has little icon tabs on the top. You can navigate through them by clicking on it or using Command plus 1 to 7. The first section is the project navigator. You will see the structure and all the files that conform your project. Here you will see your code files and the storyboard or storyboards in case you have more than one. If you remember it, the storyboard is your app design. Here you can be able to create as many view controllers you need. You already have one, and we also have a view controller class. This class handles the functionality of the view controller design. Here we will connect our components to make them work. Next, the inspector. The inspector also has little icon tabs on the top, and you can go through them, also clicking on it or pressing the shortcut Command plus Alt plus 1 to 6. The most useful sections in this part is the third and fourth one. The third one is the identity inspector. Here you will be able to assign the class to the controller to link them. The fourth one is the attributes inspector. Here you will see all the attributes for any element in the storyboard you select. Now, the debug area. The debug area conforms 2 parts: the variable view to see each variable and what contains on it at the time we were debugging our app, and the console view. Here we can see all the stuff we printed on the console, all the process that runs when we have our app running, and run commands when we are debugging our app. Well, I think that we finished the Xcode Tour with this. I hope it works to you to feel comfortable at the time you are working on a project or following any tutorial. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.